Good morning, afternoon, evening, and night, everyone. Introducing, my name is Desfri Lim Elton. My name 21104173885. Now I want to read some text. This text for final exam. The text about what is management. Management is essential for an organized life and necessary to run all types of management. Good management is the backbone of successful organization. Managing life means getting things done to achieve life objective, and managing an organization means getting things done with and through other people to achieve its objective. Whether management is an art or science will continue to be a subject of debate. However, most management thinkers agree that some form of formal academic management background helps in managing successfully. Partially, all CAO are university graduates, hence the reason for including business degree program in all academic institutions. Management is a set of principles relating to the function of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling, and the application of this principle in harnessing physical, financial, human, and informational resources effectively to achieve organizational goals. Definition of management. Many management thinkers have defined management in their own ways. For example, Van Veld and Peterson define management as a set of activity direct at the efficient and effective utilization of resources in the pursuit of one or more goals. Megison, Mosley, and Pietri define management as working with human, financial, and physical resources to achieve organizational objectives by performing and the planning, organizing, leading, and controlling function. Kreitner's definition of management. Management is a problem-solving process of effectively achieving organizational objectives through the efficient use of scarce resources in a changing environment. According to V. W. Taylor, management is an art of knowing what to do, when to do, and see that is done in the best and cheapest way. According to Harlan Cohn, management is an art of getting things done through and with the people is formally organized group. It is an art of creating an environment in which people can perform an individual and can see or operate towards attainment of group goals. A leader has certain inherent equality and traits which assist him in playing a directing role and wielding commanding influence with others. Leadership is an integral part of management and plays a vital role in managerial operation, while management is an integral component of technical as well as social process. The practice of management is an old as human civilization. However, the study of management in a systemic and scientific way as a distinct body of knowledge is only of recent origin. Management in some form or another is an integral part of living and is essential wherever human efforts are to be undertaken to achieve desired objective. The basic ingredients of management are always at play whenever we manage our life or our business. For example, let us look at the managerial role and a simple housewife and how she used the managerial ingredient in managing the home. First, she appraised her household and its needs. She forecast the needs of the household for a period of a week or a month or longer. She takes stock of her resources and any constraints on these resources. She plans and organizes her resources to obtain the maximum benefits out of these resources. She monitors and controls the household budget and expense and other activity. In a large household, she divides the work among other members and coordinates their activities. She encourages and motivated them to do their best in completing their activities. She is always in search of information, mentions goals, resources, and means to attain these goals. These ingredients generally are the basic function of management. Management can be defined in detail in the following categories. First, management as process. Second, management as activity. Third, management as discipline. Fourth, management as group. Five, management as science. 6. Management as an art. 7. Management as a profession. The concept of management is as old as the human race itself. The concept of family itself requires the life be organized and resources of food are apportioned in a manner so as to maximize the utility of such resources. Taking proper steps to safeguard the family from attack by wild animals, planning on where to go fishing and hunting and whom to go with. Organization this group into shift and hunting and fishing bands where shift gave direction and so on are all subtle ingredients of management and organization. A study of various people around the world show good example of organizational structure and organizational evolution over the years. A village open market in a tribal and large department store in a modern city serve the same needs in a similar fashion, which is putting things together that people need. While the tribal organization was simple in nature, the modern organization is much more sophisticated and complex with many technological innovation. However, the basic form of management and organizational structure seem to have existed since the beginning and of organizing human activity. Even the records history show the application of some current management techniques. As far back as 5000 BC, when the ancient Sumerian used written records in assisting governmental operational. The Egyptian pyramid, built as early as 3000 BC, required the organized effort of 100,000 workers. It would be natural to assume that all functions of modern management, namely planning, organizing, directing, and controlling, played a significant role in the construction of this monument. Similarly, the early civilization of Indian bears witness to organizing living. Management as a system is not only essential element of an organized society but also an integral part of life When we talk about managing life is not much different from managing an organization, and this art of management has been with us from the time immemorial. Just as a managed life is much better organized, goal-oriented, and successful. Good management of organization make the difference between the success and the failure of the organization. Perhaps the importance of management was highlighted by the late President of the United States, John F. Kennedy, when he said that the role of management in our society is critical in human progress. It serves to identify a great need of our time, to improve standards of living for all people through the effective utilization of human and material sources. Similarly, Peter F. Drucker, another management authority, has emphasized the importance of management to social living. He proclaimed nearly 25 years ago that effective management was becoming the main resource of developed nation, and that is was the most needed resources for developing nation. A manager job is highly crucial to success of any organization. The more complex the organization, the more crucial is the manager's role in it. A good manager makes things happen. The importance of management is any organization, and emphasized by Professor Leonard R. Sales in his address to a group of management development specialists as follows. We must find ways of convincing society as a whole, and those who train managers in particular, that the real leadership problem of our institution, the getting things done, the implementation, the enforcing of consensus, the making of the right decision at the right time with the right people in where the action is. Although we as a society haven't learned to give much credit to managers, I hope we can move towards recognizing that managerial and leadership jobs are among the most critical tasks of our society. As much as they deserve the professional status that we give to more traditional fields of knowledge. There are basically 5 primary functions of management. There are 1. Planning, 2. Organizing, 3. Staffing, 4. Directing, and 5. Controlling. The controlling function comprise coordination, reporting, and budgeting, and hence the controlling function can be broken into these 3 separate functions. Based upon these 7 functions, later Gulick coined the word postcorp, which generally represents the individual of these 7 functions. Is a stand for planning, O for organizing, S for staffing, G for directing, CO for coordination, R and for reporting, and B for budgeting. But planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling are widely recognized functions of management. 1. Planning. Planning is future oriented and determined of organization direction. It is a rational and systematic way of making decisions today that will affect the future and of the company. It is a kind of organized foresight as well as corrective hindsight. It involved predicting of the future as well as attempting to control the event. It involves the ability to foresee the effect of current action in the long run in the future. Peter Drucker has defined planning as follows. Planning is the continuous process of making present entrepreneurial decisions systematically and with best possible knowledge of their futurity, organizing systematically the effort needed to carry out this discussion and measuring the result of this discussion against the expectation through organized and systematic feedback. An effective planning program incorporates the effect of both external as well as internal factors. The external factors are storage of resources, both capital and material, general economic trend as far as interest rate and inflation are concerned, dynamic technological advancement, increased governmental regulation regarding community interests, unstable international political environments, etc. The internal factors that affect planning are limited growth opportunities due to saturation, required diversification, changing pattern of the workforce, more complex organizational structure, decentralization, etc. To organizing. Organizing requires a formal structure of authority and the direction and flow as such authority through which work subdivisions are defined, arranged, and coordinated so that each part relates to the other part in a united and coherent manner so as to attain the perceived objective. According to Henry Fayol, to organize a business is provide is with everything useful it is functioning, e.a. raw materials, tools, capital, and personals. Thus, the function of organizing involves the determination of activities that need to be done in order to reach the company goals, assigning these activities to the proper personnel and delegating the necessary authority to carry out these activities in coordinate and cohesive manners. It follows therefore that the function of organizing is concerned with one identifying the tasks that must perform and grouping them whenever necessary, two assigning these tasks to the personnel while defining their authority and responsibility, three delegating this authority to these employees, four establishing a relationship between authority and responsibility, five coordinating this activity. 3. Staffing. Staffing is the function of hiring and retaining a stable workforce for the enterprise both at the managerial as well as non-managerial levels. It involves the process of recruiting, training, developing, compensating, and evaluating employees and maintaining this workforce with proper incentive and motivations. Since the human element is the most vital factor in process of management, it is important to recruit the right personnels. According to Knotts and O'Donnell, managerial function of staffing involves managing and the organization structure through the proper and effective selection, appraisal, and development of personnel to fill the roles designed in the structure. This function is even more critical important since people differ in their intelligence, knowledge, skill, experience, physical condition, act, and the attitudes, and this complicates the function. Hence, management must understand, in addition to technical and operational competence, the sociological and psychological structure of the workforce. For directing, the directing function is concerned with leadership, communication, motivation, and supervision so that the employees perform their activities in the most efficient manners possible in order to achieve the desired goals. The leadership element influences into instruction and guiding the subordinate about procedure and methods. The communication must be open both ways so that the information can be passed on to the subordinates and the feedback received from them. Motivation is very important. Since highly motivate people show excellent perform, which leads direction from superiors. Supervising subordinate would lead to continuous progress report as well as assure the superiors that the direction are being properly carried out. 5. Controlling, the function of control consists of the activities the undertaken ensure the event to do not deviated from the pre-arranged plans. The activity consists of establishing standard for mark perform, ensuring perform, and comparing into these set standards. Undertaking corrective action as and when needed to correct any deviation. According to Knott and O'Donnell, controlling is the measurement and correction of performed activity of subordinates in order to make sure that the enterprise objective and plan desired to obtain them as being accomplished. The controlling function involves A. Establishment of standard perform, B. Measurement of actual perform, C. Measuring actual perform with the predetermined standard and finding out the deviation. D. Taking corrective action. All these 5 functions of management are closely interrelated. However, these functions are highly indistinguishable and virtually unrecognizable on the job. It is necessary to put its functions practically into focus and deal with this. So this is text about what is management, and then I want to read about the translation of what is management from English to Indonesian. So sekarang saya akan membacakan terjemahannya, yaitu apa itu manajemen. Manajemen sangat penting untuk kehidupan yang terorganisir dan diperlukan untuk menjalankan semua jenis manajemen. Manajemen yang baik adalah tulang punggung organisasi yang sukses. Mengelola kehidupan berarti menyelesaikan sesuatu untuk mencapai tujuan hidup, dan mengelola organisasi berarti menyelesaikan sesuatu dengan dan melalui orang lain untuk mencapai tujuannya. Apakah manajemen adalah seni atau ilmu? Apakah akan terus menjadi bahan perdebatan? Namun, sebagian besar pemikir manajemen setuju bahwa beberapa bentuk latar belakang manajemen akademis forum membantu dan mengelola dengan sukses. Praktis semua CIO adalah lulusan universitas. Oleh karena itu, alasan untuk memasukkan program gelar bisnis di semua institusi akademik. Manajemen adalah seperangkat prinsip dan yang berkaitan dengan fungsi perencanaan, perorganisasian, pengarahan dan pengendalian, dan penerapan prinsip-prinsip ini adalah memanfaatkan sumber daya fisik, keuangan manusia dan informasi secara efisien dan efektif untuk mencapai tujuan organisasi. Definisi manajemen. Banyak pemikir manajemen telah mendefinisikan manajemen dengan cara mereka sendiri. Misalnya, Van Vet and Peterson mendefinisikan manajemen sebagai serangkaian kegiatan yang diarahkan pada pemanfaatan sumber daya yang efisien dan efektif dalam mengejar satu atau tujuan lebih. Magison, Mosley, and Petrie mendefinisikan manajemen sebagai bekerja dengan sumber daya manusia, keuangan dan fisik untuk mencapai tujuan organisasi dengan melakukan fungsi perencanaan, perorganisasian, memimpin dan mengendalikan. Definisi manajemen menurut Kreitner. Manajemen adalah proses pemecahan masalah untuk mencapai tujuan organisasi secara efektif melalui penggunaan sumber daya yang langka secara efisien dan dalam lingkungan yang berubah. Menurut F. W. Taylor, manajemen adalah seni mengetahui apa yang harus dilakukan, kapan harus dilakukan, dan melihat bahwa itu dilakukan dengan cara yang terbaik dan termurah. Menurut Harold Knowles, manajemen adalah seni untuk menyelesaikan sesuatu melalui orang-orang dalam kelompok terorganisasi. Secara formal, ini adalah seni untuk menciptakan lingkungan di mana orang dapat melakukan dan individu dan dapat bekerja sama menuju pencapaian tujuan kelompok. Baiklah. Manajemen dapat didefinisikan secara detail dalam kategori berikut. Yang satu, manajemen sebagai proses, manajemen sebagai kegiatan, manajemen sebagai disiplin, manajemen sebagai grup, manajemen sebagai ilmu, manajemen sebagai seni, dan manajemen sebagai profesi. Konsep manajemen serta umat Indonesia itu sendiri. Konsep manajemen keluarga itu sendiri mengharuskan kehidupan diatur dan sumber daya makanan dibagikan sedemikian rupa untuk memaksimalkan gunaan sumber daya tersebut, mengambil langkah yang tepat untuk melindungi keluarga dari serangan binatang buas, merencanakan kemana akan pergi memancing dan berburu dan dengan siapa, mengorganisir kelompok-kelompok ini menjadi pemimpin dan kelompok berburu dan memancing di mana pemimpin memberi arahan dan seterusnya. Semuanya adalah bahan halus dari manajemen dan organisasi. Kemudian bahkan catatan sejarah menunjukkan penerapan beberapa teknik manajemen saat ini sejauh 5000 sebelum Masehi, ketika bangsa Sumeria kuno menggunakan catatan tertulis untuk membantu operasi pemerintah. Piramida Mesir dibangun pada awal 3000 sebelum Masehi membutuhkan upaya terorganisir lebih dari 100.000 pekerja. Wajar jika semua fungsi manajemen modern, yaitu perencanaan, perorganisasian, pengarahan, dan pengendalian memainkan peran penting dalam pembangunan monumen ini. Demikian pula peradaban awal India menjadi saksi kehidupan yang terorganisir. Kemudian pada dasarnya ada 5 fungsi utama manajemen, yaitu perencanaan, perorganisasian, kepegawaian, pengarahan, dan terakhir pengendalian. Fungsi pengendalian terdiri atas koordinasi, pelaporan, dan pelanggaran, dan karena fungsi pengendalian dapat dipecah menjadi 3 fungsi terpisah ini. Kemudian fungsi yang pertama yaitu perencanaan. Perencanaan berorientasi pada masa depan dan menentukan arah organisasi. Ini adalah cara rasional untuk sistematis untuk membuat keputusan hari ini yang akan mempengaruhi masa depan perusahaan. Kemudian perorganisasian memerlukan struktur wewenang formal dan arah serta aliran wewenang yang melaluinya. Pembagian kerja ditetapkan, diatur, dan dikoordinasikan sedemikian rupa sehingga setiap bagian berhubungan dengan bagian lain secara terpadu dan koheren untuk mencapai tujuan yang ditentukan. Fungsi perorganisasian berkaitan dengan yang pertama, mengidentifikasi tugas-tugas yang harus dilakukan dan mengelompokkannya bila diperlukan. B. Menugaskan tugas-tugas ini kepada personel sambil mendefinisikan wewenang dan tanggung jawab mereka. C. Mendelegasikan wewenang ini kepada karyawan ini. Dan D. Membangun hubungan antara wewenang dan tanggung jawab, serta mengkoordinasikan kegiatan ini. Kemudian yang ketiga, kepegawaian. Kepegawaian adalah fungsi mempekerjakan dan mempertahankan tenaga kerja yang sesuai dengan untuk perusahaan, baik di tingkat manajerial maupun non-manajerial. Ini melibatkan proses perekrutan, pelatihan, pengembangan kompensasi, dan evaluasi karyawan. Dan mempertahankan tenaga kerja ini dan intensif dan motivasi yang tepat. Dan yang keempat, pengarahan. Fungsi pengarahan berkaitan dengan kepemimpinan, komunikasi, motivasi, dan pengawasan agar pegawai melakukan kegiatan dengan cara yang seefisien mungkin untuk mencapai tujuan yang diinginkan. Unsur kepemimpinan melibatkan mengeluarkan instruksi dan membimbing bawahan tentang prosedur dan metode. Kemudian yang terakhir, yang kelima, pengendalian. Fungsi pengendalian terdiri atas aktivitas-aktivitas yang dilakukan untuk memastikan bahwa kejadian-kejadian tersebut tidak menyimpang dan rencana yang telah disusun sebelumnya. Menurut Knox and O'Donnell, pengendalian adalah pengukuran dan koreksi aktivitas kinerja bawahan untuk memastikan bahwa tujuan dan rencana perusahaan yang diinginkan untuk mendapatkan tercapai. Fungsi pengendalian meliputi A. Penetapan kinerja standar, B. Pengukuran kinerja yang sebenarnya, C. Mengukur kinerja sebenarnya dengan standar dan telah ditentukan dan mengetahui penyimpangannya, D. Mengambil tindakan korektif. Kelima, fungsi manajemen ini saling terkait erat, namun fungsi-fungsi ini sangat tidak dapat dibedakan dan hampir tidak dapat dikenali di tempat kerja. Namun penting untuk menempatkan setiap fungsi secara terpisah ke dalam fokus dan menanganinya. Oke, sekian untuk terjemahan dari teks yang berjudul What is Management. Jadi video ini untuk memenuhi tugas bahasa Inggris bagian 1. Apabila ada kata-kata maupun perbuatan saya yang salah saat membacakan teks ini, saya mohon maaf. Terima kasih. Sekian dan sampai jumpa lagi di lain waktu.